Hey, what's up everybody? This is Aaron from Bracket Studio, and I'm here today to talk to you about my obsession with Dota 2 and why I think you should play it. Okay, so this video is just to give you a little bit of background on my experience and highlight the amount of depth the game has to hopefully corrupt you into a life of non-stop Dota, like myself. So for those who don't already know, Dota 2 is a free-to-play 5 vs 5 competitive multiplayer game for the PC. The object of the game is to destroy the opposing team's Ancient, a giant glowing rock inside your opponent's base. The first team to do so wins the match. To do this, you must gain experience, farm gold, build items, and work as a team coordinating and synergizing your items and spells to fucking erase the opposing team that so foolishly stood in your way. So that's basically Dota 2. Now, I'm a pretty competitive person in general, and I've tried a lot of different things to scratch this proverbial itch. From middle school to high school, I played soccer, basketball, football, and tennis, none of which seemed to really resonate with me. And I've always enjoyed competitive games like Halo, Battlefield, Tekken, Super Smash Bros., and even Gang Beasts. But then I discovered Dota 2. A game that is by far the most challenging, complex, and rewarding game I've played in my life. For me, my enjoyment of the game comes from the depth of mechanics, the vast amount of choices for itemization, and the 112 unique heroes to learn, memorize, and master. Oh, and the thousands of options for cosmetics. I do love customization. Just look at how dope this Ember Spirit is. Now, for the uninitiated, all of this may seem very daunting or completely overwhelming. Well, that's because it is. The wide spectrum of heroes ranges from the easy-to-play heroes with only 1 or 2 active spells, such as Wraith King or Anti-Mage, to heroes with insanely high skill ceilings such as Invoker, the Arsenal Magus with a total of 14 spells at his disposal, or Meepo, the Geomancer who makes up to 5 clones of himself that you need to manage carefully. If one dies, they all die. In addition to spells you need to learn, each hero has 6 active item slots, 3 slots in your backpack, and another 6 item slots in your stash back in your base. Items are another very important aspect of the game. Your item build and the timings for acquiring these items have a huge impact on how your game will go for you. There are almost 150 items, not to mention up to 4 character-specific talents you'll need to choose from to synergize with your item build. I'm going to get very specific here for a moment, but I'll try my best to keep things as condensed as possible. There are several things you need to take into consideration when choosing the items you want to build, such as your lane matchups, your team's items and spells, the enemy team's items and spells, and the overall strategy your team wants to go for: split push, farming, death ball, teamfight, or some other hybrid strategy I didn't mention. So for example, I'll use my favorite hero right now, Ember Spirit. Highly mobile agility carry played either in the mid lane or the safe lane. If my team is full of spellcasters with heavy magic damage with a focus on teamfight, the build I'm most likely to go for would be the Magic Ember build. The core items you get would be the Veil of Discord, a relatively low cost item which amplifies magic damage in an area of effect for a set amount of time. Combine that with Ember's increased magic damage talent and you'll do insane amounts of magic damage early on. Next, you'd get Boots of Travel. You get increased movement speed and the ability to teleport to ally units or towers with a relatively low cooldown. And finally, you'd get the Octarine Core. This item increases Ember's mana and health pool and grants him spell lifesteal, meaning I get a percentage of the magic damage I deal back as HP. It also lowers the cooldown of Ember's spells and items by a percentage. Combine this with his cooldown reduction talent and you can spam spells freely. This means my team will benefit from the damage increase when they cast spells that deal magic damage from the Veil of Discord. I can teleport to help out often with the Boots of Travel, and I have sustainability in teamfights with the Octarine Core. From there, I can build whatever luxury items me or my team may need depending on the situation. And this is just one way to build this hero. There are builds for split pushing, physical damage, defensive builds, and so on. It's this crazy level of diversity and critical thinking that makes the game so rewarding for me to play. I can really only speak for myself, but I had to go through hundreds of hours of feeding, being flamed by teammates, and losing the vast majority of my matches until I felt as though I had even a basic level of understanding for the game. Looking back on it though, I do feel as though it is some sort of rite of passage everyone has to go through to some extent, as there is no shortcut to understanding the game. And even as I stand here before you 3 years in with over 5,000 hours invested into Dota 2, I can tell you that it feels as though I've only just scratched the surface of this game, and I have no intention to stop playing anytime soon. Once you've conquered the steep learning curve and grow callous to how toxic the community can be, you'll hopefully find yourself loving the game as much as I do. I know the general opinion I've given about the community so far has seemed negative, but there is another, overwhelmingly positive side to the community that far outweighs the negative. This is the side I like to refer to as the Dota culture. To me, this includes the well-known personalities or casters of the world of Dota 2, like Toby Wan, ODPixel, and Sir Action Slacks, the popular YouTube channels dedicated to making content about the game such as Dota Cinema, Purge Gamers, or Dopa 2, and the huge competitive events held year-round that bring fans together from all over the world. Most notable is the annual Valve-sponsored tournament called the International. The International has consistently been the biggest tournament in esports year after year, with last year's TI6 reaching a prize pool of $18 million. The International is a week-long event that brings the best teams from across the world together to compete. The entire event is streamed for those who can attend and is full of interviews with professionals, new cosmetics and challenges in-game, short documentary segments, a cosplay competition, replay analysis, and my favorite, the All-Stars match, where the 10 top-voted MVPs across all teams play against each other in a lighthearted match. It's a nice break from the seriousness of the actual tournament. The International is the equivalent to the Super Bowl for me, and I look forward to it every year. There's even a really well-made full-length documentary by Valve on the very first International. The way it captured the hype surrounding this revolutionary step in competitive gaming is literally what made me download and try this game for the very first time. I highly recommend watching it if you're planning on getting into the game, or even if you just enjoy a good documentary. Playing matches with friends, watching the pros compete, and diving into the rich lore and culture of the game, Dota 2 has so much to offer for those willing to invest the time, and I've only just touched on a small fraction of the game. But I just thought it would be fun to make a video offering some insight into my obsession with this amazing game, and try to shed some light as to why me, Allison, Dewey, and Brandon tend to sprinkle Dota references across all of our videos. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it. I may want to make a series of videos similar to this, diving more into specifics about heroes, items, mechanics, even the lore. If you'd want to see something like that, be sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Join the Bracket Studio community Discord channel if you'd like to play with me, Dewey, and occasionally Allison and Brandon. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe for more of our content. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Ellie got my fucking way.